you hear me okay? Fancy, can you hear me? Yay! Hey, Miss Surly, how are you? Good. I think it's because this is my headset for work. So this is the mic. It's tied in, and that's why you hear me. You don't actually hear me from the camera. Well, I might get some more cleaning done around here. Hey, bitch. Miss Shirley, I did say hi to you, right? I'm doing pretty good. I've been off since 2. Uh, I was putting together my cabinet. You can see part of it right here. It's black. Probably can't see much. But I was putting it together, and my, let's point it out right there. My electric screwdriver died, so I had to charge it, and then I got busy. Honey, I just got on. All right, no. It's the birthday girl. You're not supposed to cook on your birthday. Is Miss Julie coming? Well, you can see how bad my hair is. Crap, what I got going on here? I don't even know. Yay! Yay was for Karen being here. Um, Nina, you got an old man, make him cook. It's your birthday. I threw some cobblers together right quick. I got my desserts out of the way. Now I just put my ham in the morning. But I'm thinking I'm gonna make. That's what I was gonna ask you. One more minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Ooh, heat meter 4 flames. Alrighty, y'all ready? No, I said she has an old man. He should be cooking because he does know how to cook, from what I understand. Yeah, big difference. Big difference. You ain't got no old man, so you got to cook on your birthday and every other day of the year. I ain't started reading. My eyes already itching. All right, y'all ready? Let's get this party going. Nina's got some drinking to do. Prologue, Ryanne. This is called Rough in the Big Apple, Crowns of Chaos MC series. Remember, we just got through reading Prince? Crowns of the Big Apple, wasn't it Prince? Or something like that? Okay, so this is another one in this series. Ryanne. Here I am, 40 years old, standing in the middle of a restaurant that isn't at the top of my list, listening as my boyfriend, Tanner, announces to the people at the party in the building that I'm lazy.
I've been cheating on you for our entire relationship. You are nothing but a useless waste of space,
he announces and stumbles to the left as he takes another shot of tequila. I can't believe that after 5 years together, 5 freaking years of the mental torture, verbal abuse, and the threats to have me fired, he would announce to the entire birthday party that he was leaving me. I was nothing but useless. Another mental attack on my already fragile mind. Something he always used to remind me Something he always used to remind me that his family was more connected than I was. Happy birthday to me. Freedom from a man that used me so he didn't have to get a job. 40 flipping years old and some no job jackass whose family cut him off because of how lazy he was, announcing to a room full of my supposed friends that I was a loser. I got a right and a left, and he would end up getting them both, and maybe a knee and a foot. Then, to watch as each friend began to agree with him, telling stories of stuff that I was supposed to have done for them. None of them were telling the truth of what he originally asked me, making me look like my mental capacity was below average. I worked 10 hours on rotation shifts for 7 days on and 7 days off as a lead nurse at the local hospital. I spend my shifts dealing with the sick and needy, but I didn't suit his lifestyle. He certainly never complained when he was taking money out of my wallet for everything that he thought he required. With him, it was never something that was actually needed. Taking a deep breath and sigh before chuckling to myself as I glide my 1989 style Mustang into the gas station. This was the first car I bought when the couple I was staying with after my mom died taught me how to work the stock market. I listened so intently that by the time my first investment had made me money, I was able to put myself through nursing school and buy my car. They allowed me to stay with them in their granny flat above the garage until I was able to save up enough to get my apartment. Then I met Tanner. And at first, life seemed to be perfect. He showed me what I required to see, taught me that I'm what a man was supposed to be until he changed. When I say changed, he made sure that my mental health was always in question and my self confidence was null and void. My little dog, curled up in the front seat snoring, brings me back to the reality that I am currently parked at the gas pump and my car still needs gas in it. I rub the head of my gray French bulldog as I turn the car off at the pump. Mama is just gonna get gas, Peaches. I had I had taken to talking to my dog as if she was human, a way to show defiance toward Tanner. I went through so many verbal smackdowns until he stopped and would just lock Peaches in her cage. Living in New York City has been both amazing and strange. I love the hustle and bustle of the big city. It is so much more fast paced than the small town I was born in. But it didn't matter because you all just somehow magically fit in. As I start the process of paying for my gas before I pump, I hear the loud pops of motorcycles rumbling down the road and looking up in time to see a group of maybe 20 riders pulling into the station, surrounding my car, making Peaches start to bark. I call that thunder. Thunder. Peaches, shh and shush and lie down, I tell her as I tap on the glass. When I look back up, I am face to face with a gorgeous native man and a white blonde female making out before they start to pump gas into the gorgeous bike. I quickly look away and into the blue eyes of the man parked behind me. They are intense and send a shiver through my body, which I try to hide. Y'all, my camera's here, which I thought would be good for reading this, but I always try to look at myself in the mirror. We all do this. And it's making me look like I'm crazy.
So I remember to look in the camera and quit looking at myself, which is a good thing to do. This man is a fantasy of mine come to life. Stunning brown trimmed hair and a scattering of 5 o'clock shadow. He isn't tall, but he is built. I look down at his arms and stare as they flex with the press of the nozzle. I'd like to get naked and jump into bed with him, but like my ex said, I'm not good at anything, and sex is apparently top of the list. All I was good for was a quick cum dump before his lover, my damn neighbor, finished the job. The man isn't even looking at me. He is watching the two across from me like they were a real life porn show. Just my luck, I get out of a relationship that was spent with me mainly using sex toys to reach my orgasm to watch live action porn at the gas station while being ignored by sex on a stick. Commando, enough, barks a tall man on the other side of my fantasy man. The couple breaks apart as the girl glares at the man that just broke them up. She catches me staring at her, and before I can look away, she opens her mouth. Aw, isn't the sweet little virgin embarrassed by a little sweet little kiss? She mimics me by putting her arms out and forming a circle around her body to say, I'm back. I roll my eyes and smile sweetly at her. I don't want to get into an altercation with this group. My pump clicks, alerting me that my tank is full, so I release the nozzle and put it back on the cradle before closing my gas cap and heading into the little mini mart to pick up some snacks for my first night as a single woman in 5 years. I've been in the store for 10 minutes. I have my hands filled with chips, chocolate, candy, and flavored water, just trying to decide on if I'm buying jerky or pepperoni sticks when the man from behind me walks in with the two others that were at the other place. He looks around the store, checking all the mirrors before his eyes find mine. I lower my head and go back to choosing my next snack. Hey, I'm sorry about what happened outside. It's been a long ride. I wiped my eyes at the one they called Commando. It's okay, I whispered to him and grabbed the turkey jerky before I try to slip by him. What, don't you have a voice? He asked as his hand lands on my shoulder. I look at him, my eyes wide, teeth chewing on my bottom lip, and wonder if I spoke my mind, would he be like Tanner? But I'm tired of men thinking that this quiet little mouse. Yes, I do have a voice. You and your girlfriend need to show respect. I duck my head a little because I just spoke out of line and I wait for him to verbally abuse me like Tanner always did. Why do you look like I'm going to hit you? He questions. Sorry, Commando. I use his name like I'm his friend and quickly turn to go to the front. I don't want to explain why I'm prepared for the verbal backlash. Are you okay? A rough voice asks me from behind. I nod my head and keep my eyes downcast. Hey, Asha. I want it. Hey, Asha. Her items are on me, he says as he raises his hand and steps back. The cashier nods, places my stuff in a plastic bag, and hands it to me. I'm sorry, I say, and know that I need to get to my car before I'm angry. I used to be this strong woman, and now I feel like I'm one mental breakdown from needing help. I walk out of the store through the people that are all just loitering around and just finish closing my door before I place my forehead on the steering wheel and take a deep breath. Peaches crawls into my lap to try and comfort me. I close my eyes and let it all go. My relationship, the abuse, the hurt, and the realization that I'm single in the Big Apple and I have no friends to comfort me. Chapter 1, Rough. Damn, this has been the longest ride home we've had in ages. Not only did we physically lose members in the shootout with the crime scene MC, but we lost an older member from emphysema. The only positive thing to come from this trip is that crime scene no longer exists. We pull up to the gas station and I glide my bike behind the older style Mustang and the woman with a set of curves on her that make my mouth fucking water. Commando, enough, Viking growls as I turn my focus to my brother and the club bunny he was on the back of his bike. That he has on the back of his bike. You can tell Commando needs some action, but why with Bambi? Bambi has been through every man in the club and a few of the women. The woman in front of me quickly turns away from the scene with the blonde bitch on Commando's bike. As soon as Bambi turns and sees the beauty turn away, she opens her mouth and shows everyone why we call her a bitch. The woman finishes her gas, then quickly walks into the store as Bambi approaches her car. Get the fuck away, bitch, I growl as the pump clicks, indicating that my tank is full. Bruv, you need to get laid. You are always such a fucking prick. Bambi snaps and Commando loses his cool. Bitch, find another ride home. You are nothing but pussy. Viking, Commando, and I all headed to the store. I take my role as enforcer seriously, so as we enter, I stop my brothers and check my surroundings. I'm going to go apologize to that lady. Commando grumbles and walks towards the woman. You know she would look amazing between us, brother. Viking whispers, and I turn to look at him. And your head would look good on the steak your wife will put it on. I growl as Viking nods and tosses his head back. I turn and head towards the electrolyte water at the back of the store, in line with the mirrors that showcases the entire store. I am so lost in thought that when I hear her answer Commando in a strong voice, I drop the bottles on the floor and spin around, just as she rushes off to the front of the store. I pick up the bottles and make my way to Commando, who is standing there with his mouth hanging open. Fuck, brother, she needs to be stuffed with cock. Commando grabs a handful of pepperoni sticks and heads to the front as she runs out the door. I head toward the front and listen as Viking tells the cashier about being tired, and Commando listens. We are all exhausted from this ride. We finish paying for everything before heading out. Aw, the poor baby get turned down for dick, and now she's pouting in her car. Bambi tots from outside her door. The tiny dog is lying protectively in her lap as her body doesn't move. She isn't crying. She is just sitting there, not moving a single muscle. I'm not even sure if she is breathing, and Bambi just pissed me off. Fucking women can never court each other. They always think they are in some sort of competition. Bitch, I swear to fuck that if I hear your damn voice one more time, I'll make sure every brother uses your body. You'll be out on that bony ass and no money will go your way. You think you're so special, but you ain't shit but a spoiled princess whose daddy cut her the fuck off. I wrap my knuckles against her window to make sure she is okay. When the tiny dog lunges at the window at the last minute, she catches the dog and kisses its head. She rolls down her window part way and looks at me. She has absolutely no emotions on her face. I crouch down so that I can see her eyes. The best way to see the truth in someone's character is through the eyes, but I'm stuck at the emotions that lie below the surface, and I stare before I ask, "Are you okay?" "I will be," she states, places the dog in the seat beside her, and tells her to sit. She slowly turns her head back to look at me. Her sheer beauty is breathtaking. I watch as she tucks a piece of hair that fell in front of her eyes behind her ear, and immediately I want to be the one that brushes it away. Her eyes have so much pain and emotion staring back at me. It knocks me on my ass. The need to protect her is overpowering me. But I just met the bitch. I feel movement behind me, and as Viking speaks, I look over my shoulder to him and Prince. Prince's eyes are on me. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. See, Nina, that's how you sneeze. Sorry, Julie. I just saw that you were on here and it caught me off guard. Well, thank you, ladies. But Ori, that's how you sneeze. You don't go achoo, achoo. That's not how you sneeze. I feel movement behind me, and as Viking speaks, I look over my shoulder to him and Prince. Prince's eyes are on me, telling me that he has information that I'm going to want to know. I wanted to give you my word that if you need anything, and I do mean anything, look up the Crowns of Chaos MC. We will come and be your protection, or we will do your dirty laundry. You have my word that you are now under our protection. Viking states because he steps back when I growl as he hands her his business card. She closes her door, starts the car, and takes off. Not another word. What the fuck makes that bitch so damn special, huh? I stand up for myself and she gets treated like the fucking queen. Bandy screeches and charges toward Viking and me. Commando catches her around the waist and drags her back toward the darkened area behind the building. I am stating this here and now. If that woman, Viking points to the taillights of the Mustang and then says, calls, we drop what we are doing and protect her or help her. Simple as that. Why are we protecting her? We don't even know the bitch. She just happened to be pumping gas when we pulled up. Commando shrugs. We are protecting her because that's the nurse that kicked Ursa out when Mermaid was injured at the hospital. We owe her a debt that I won't ever be able to fully repay. That's why. Prince states, his eyes staring into mine. Julie, while I've got your attention, how many books are in this series, and are they all in print? Because I'm going to have to read this whole series, but I want to binge it. I don't want to have to wait for you to finish a book, and then another book, and then another book, and then another book. Get my point here? I want to read the whole series at once. She has captivated me since I saw her standing at the gas pump. It's like I have this need to protect her and keep her safe. Then my dick reminds me that he likes being buried in soft, and her body looks like it would be able to handle everything that I pound into her. There is no doubt that woman has earned her way into my spank bank. Perez, what's her name? What was her name? Commando asked. Shit, I have no clue and never thought to ask. Fuck, I hope she calls, or that we run into her again, because I like to put a name to the face that has my cock raging. No fucking clue. Just remember this day and her car, and we will know that she is ours. He spins his hand in the air. And we all jump on our bikes and head home. After 45 days away, sleeping in my bed with my flannel sheets will be just the peace I need. That sounds just like a Canadian or even a Yankee from New York. Flannel sheets. Here in the South, we got them, but hardly anybody uses them because you will sweat you talk about swamp ass. Whew. Chapter 2, Ryanne. 6 days later. I'm sorry, Ree. I didn't mean to hurt you, my ex whispers through the door. I had 6 days of freedom from under his thumb, spent days throwing everything that he had in the apartment down the garbage chute, smiling as I finally had my life back. And now I have had enough of his bullshit, his abuse, and his mental beatdowns. You're sorry? I snarl as I grab the door handle and throw it open, making sure to keep the door in my hand so that he can't come into my home. There you are, precious. He reaches out for my hand, and on instinct, I step back. I need to keep the distance between him and myself. He has a way of getting me under his thumb by a few simple touches, and I need to stand my ground. What are you doing here, Tanner? You made it perfectly clear over 6 days ago that we were done. I state as Tanner pushes the door harder, making it slip from his hands. He steps closer to me and raises his hand to touch my face, but every time he moves, I move. He makes his way into the apartment, standing with the door wide open. What are you mumbling about? He snapped. What are you mumbling about? He snaps, and I have no idea what I saw in this man for 5 years. But the way his mood swings go, I'm pretty sure that he is about to make sure I know my place. My only hope is that he sticks with the verbal assaults and doesn't progress to physical abuse. What did I ever see in you? I stare at him, watching as he closes the door behind him and turns around. Why are you here? I question as he walks toward the couch, then sits as if he still belongs here. What? You need me in your life. He states as he digs into his pants like he found an ancient relic buried up to his ass. I watch him and know that I have two options. I can continue being his verbal punching bag, live in the same cycle of mental and verbal abuse, or I can take a stand and be the strong woman I used to be. I don't need shit from you. This is my house. I work my ass off as a nurse to maintain my style of living. I don't need you, nor do I want you anywhere near me after the bombshell you dropped on me. He doesn't need to know that my investments are working for me and I have money built up. I can't thank the people that helped to learn to budget and invest for guiding my hand. Right. Like nursing is better than being a lawyer? He chuckles. Well, of course it is, Karen. These girls are goofing off too much. I shake my head. This fool thinks he is a lawyer because his family owns a law firm. He doesn't even have a college diploma. If you were a lawyer, you would actually have a case. You work in the mailroom of your father's firm because you couldn't be bothered to finish school. Better known as the asshole of the company you work for. I make more money than you and therefore don't need anything from you. I need to get him out of my apartment. He doesn't live here anymore. I made sure that all his belongings were disposed of so he couldn't claim squatters' rights. No, bitch, you kicked me out. I have no place to go because my parents have cut me off until I prove that I am willing to work for my will. Now, move your fat ass out of the way so I can watch TV, and then I'm going to take a shower. He growls as he swipes his hand in front of his body, making me step back so he doesn't touch me. He spreads his legs and sticks his hands down the front of his pants, then demands that I make him some food because that's what bitches do. Hurrying into the kitchen, my mind set on finding a way to get this boy out of my house when I noticed my purse sitting on the counter. Sticking out of the top is the card the man at the gas station had given me with the promise that they would be there when I needed them. I need to make this call, but the call needs to be made when he can't hear me. I need to keep the element of surprise on my side. After the breakup, I made sure to clean my fridge out of everything that he liked and bought things that I enjoyed, getting rid of anything that he forced me to eat and drink. He tried to control every aspect of my life, including my eating, and I was done. Opening my fridge, I giggle quietly as I look at the emptiness of it, desperately needing to go grocery shopping. I grab my last can of natural lime White Claw and the 4-day-old slice of pizza that not only has pineapple on it, but also has mushrooms, green olives, and every kind of meat that you could think of, minus gross anchovies. I grab a plate out of the dishwasher and put the slice on it before placing it into the microwave, making sure not to overheat it. Until I can get help here, I need to make sure that he is placated enough to leave me alone. Here, I place the plate on the table in front of him along with the open can of alcohol. He looks down and shakes his head. Why would you put all that on a pizza? Pepperoni and cheese is what pizza should be. He lifts the plate off the table and reaches for the cold can of hard seltzer. I told you no pineapple, no mushrooms, and that the only meat that belongs on a pizza is pepperoni. Everyone eats it that way. He starts to pick off the stuff that he doesn't like. What the fuck is that? He leans forwards, placing his nice white button-up shirt into the hot slice before he hisses and grabs the can. That is the best you'll ever have. The natural lime quenches your thirst and packs its own little punch. I smirk as he cracks the tab on the can and it overflows onto the plate. Fuck, now I have to go have a shower. Bitch, you better have something healthy for me when I get out. This is pure junk. No wonder you are the size you are. He tosses the plate on the table and storms towards the bathroom. Not the one that the guest uses. No, he goes into my ensuite and uses it. Creeping to the open door of my bedroom, I hear him turn on the shower and then the door slams shut. He always closed the bathroom door, and when I asked him, he told me some excuse of steam monsters trying to take his soul. Turning quickly, I head to the kitchen, grabbing my cell phone and going out onto the tiny balcony. With the card in my hand, I dial the number, praying that they remember who I am. It rings twice before a voice answers. Yo! His voice sounds so young. Is this the number for the Crowns of Chaos Motorcycle Club? I'm looking for Viking, or I'll look on the card to see if the other guy's name is on it. The only one that's written is Viking, though. What do you want with Viking? He growls. I met him at a gas station a week ago, and he said if I needed help to call him. I need help, please. I whisper into the phone. Shit. Gas bitch with the gray dog? He questions. Well, geez, I know I can be a bitch, but I didn't think I was that night. He chuckles before telling me to hang on, and then music blasts over the phone. Chapter 3, Rough. I'm trying to give you the deep voice. I'm trying to keep my throat lubricated. Rough. The clubhouse is full of brothers partying and sweet butts half-naked rubbing on anything that stands still long enough. Viking and his old lady are standing in the corner. Viking watches everything going on while his fingers are between Racy's legs. Her head is leaned back against his shoulder. Her eyes are closed and her mouth is hanging open. Prince is on the phone and his old lady mermaid is sitting quietly where he left her, only she has her back to the wall and is constantly scanning for places to run if she needs to. I don't blame her. She has been through a lot in her life. Stuff that most people would have crumbled from. Ruff, gas station bitch is on the phone. She says she needs help. Prince states, his body turned toward Mermaid. A small smile spread across his face. She wasn't a bitch, man. If you think the way she was her being a bitch, then I pray that when Mermaid pops a flounder out, you have boys. I growl and stand up, heading for the phone right beside the speaker. Ruff speaking. I'm barking to the phone. Oh, sorry. I was looking for Viking. Her soft voice whispers into the phone. My cock instantly hardens as I try to soften my voice. I was with Viking at the gas station. Do you remember me? I pray to Odin that she does. I have spent every day since I last saw her fantasizing about her perfectly curvy body. I've had my way with her in my dreams on every piece of furniture I own and even had her bent over my bike. Oh, her sweet voice sends sparks through my body. Viking told me if I needed help that I could call you guys. Her voice raises an octave as if she is asking if it still stands. In my books, I will make sure she is safe from everything, even myself.
Yes, what do you need?
My ex-boyfriend is in my apartment and he won't leave. If I call the police, they will side with him. They always do. I want him gone. I need him out of my life so that I can go back to work in a few days and not worry that he will be here when I get home from a long 12-hour shift. I need him to know that he is. I need him to know that he isn't allowed back here. My dick is half mast at the thought that she is single. I'm normally like a woman that has more spunk, but she didn't really say much before she pulled away.
Fuck. Okay, tell me where you live and I'll be there to scare him away.
I stayed and turned to catch Viking's attention. As she rattles off her address, Viking whispers in his wife's ear, pulls his hand from between her legs, and walks over, licking his fingers clean. His finger clean. I write the address on the pad before hanging up.
What's up, brother?
He questions when he is close enough for me to hear him.
Remember the girl from the gas station last week?
He nods his head.
She just called and needs help. I have her address. I'm going to go and lend her a hand.
Do you need help? He asked, turning his head to look at his wife.
No, man. I'm the only brother other than you, not drunk or currently balls deep in a willing pussy. By the looks of your wife, she is playing cricket songs with her legs. I'll go get my girl and you go play bury the bone with yours.
I didn't catch it when I referred to the chick as my girl, but it didn't slip past Viking.
Your girl?
He raises his eyebrow.
I'm a get gone. If I need help, I'll text you.
I avoided this question and walked down to the clubhouse.
Rough. Don't think I didn't hear you.
His laughter fills the night air as I throw my leg over my black beauty and drown his laughter with the roar of the pipes. Nothing like drowning out laughter, the pipe music. The drive to her place takes about 30 minutes, but it gives me time to think. This woman has played in my head since I met her. She makes me forget all the negative that I've had in my life and want the positive to move forward. When I pull up, I notice a cherry red Lexus parked in a no parking spot and an older lady sitting by the glass door.
Good evening, ma'am.
I state as I dismount my bike and start heading toward the door. Bikes and tacks, men with muscles, the woman mumbles as she looks down at the cross stitch in her hand. As I pass her, I look down to a middle finger and the words, "Fuck the world."
You have a good night, ma'am.
I place my hand on the door when she states, "Fuck the world, but for it fucks you." Then she reaches down and grabs a bottle of Glen Grant single malt scotch and takes a swig. My mouth hangs open, at a loss for words. The woman continues, The balls are bigger than his." She mumbles, then continues, "More things wrong with men."
You have yourself a great evening.
I chuckle as I walk into the building and head for the stairs. I quickly locate her apartment and knock on the door. She opens the door and slams it directly into my chest, clinging to me like I have just become her lifeline. I slowly raise my arms and wrap them around her shoulders. "Oh, thank goodness you are here. I need him out of my life." She finally looks up into my eyes, her arms raised, pointing to the inside of her apartment. But time stopped as soon as my arms went around her. This woman makes me feel something that I haven't felt in a long time. The need to protect her has taken over my body. I want to make sure that she is safe and feels safe. Her eyes have haunted my memories, and her curves have been in my spank bank for over a week. And having her body against mine has just made more images of places she needs me to fuck her, like against the door in the hall. Chapter 4, Ryanne. 30 minutes earlier. I hang up the phone just as the shower turns off and the bathroom door opens. I know I have time to hide my cell phone because of knowing that my ex will walk across the carpet, leaving wet footprints, then lie his naked ass on top of my comforter, and lift his legs to air dry the boys. Bring me a spot of tea, he yells. I hated when he tried to speak with different accents. It made him look like an insensitive asshole. Looking around my kitchen, I wonder how I can chase him out before he gets comfortable. I know that if I grab a knife and chase him out, he would go to my employer and tell them that I threatened him with violence. It didn't matter to my boss that he was trespassing, as my employer is his aunt and the one person in his family that he had wrapped around his finger. Ryanne, he shouts from my bedroom. Get up and get some your damn self. You are no longer part of my life, I mutter, watching closely as my bedroom door flies open and he storms toward me with no clothes on and a look of pure anger on his face. Did you not hear me tell you to make my tea? As he hits the opening of the hallway between the bedroom and the living room, the knock I was hoping for comes on the door. I know who it is. I know that this is the start of me reclaiming my life. I watch as he slowly turns toward me, raising his finger, shaking his head, and baring his perfectly straight white teeth. I know that he can't run because every time I ran from him, he would moan about how sore his knees got, complaining that no man should chase anything, especially a bitch who should know her place. I skirted around the island and bolted for the door, throwing it open and slamming into the person on the other side.
Hey, sweetheart, are you okay?
His deep voice sends shivers through my body. I raise my head from the muscular chest, my head falling back, staring into a set of blue eyes, the blue eyes that had played on repeat in my dreams over the last week. His mouth was surrounded by a full beard, perfectly shaped, a smirk playing across his lips. Thank you for coming to my rescue, I whisper.
Sweetheart, I will always make sure that you are safe. Now, let's get in your apartment before the lady from downstairs comes up. She gave me a crazy vibe,
Russ says, making me start to giggle. Turning around, I grab his arm and pull him into my apartment. Ryanne, who is this? Tanner asks, at least having the decency to put on a pair of old man underwear. He walks over to the table and grabs the plate, picking it up and taking a bite of the 4-day-old slice.
Who the fuck are you?
Ruff grunts as he places his hands on my hips, giving me a firm squeeze and pulling me closer to his front. I'm her boyfriend. Why are you touching her like that? His beady little eyes glued to the man behind me, and his hands hold my body tight.
You mean like this?
He drops his head to my shoulder as he places a kiss on my t-shirt, then to the nape of my neck, and as his lips slowly move up to my neck and pulls my earlobe into his mouth, I moan. My body fills with tingles as I close my eyes and feel everything that this man is doing to my body.
Dollface, have you been properly cared for?
His lust-filled voice whispers in her ear, causing me to moan. Why are you touching my girlfriend? My eyes lazily open, and before they connect with his, I am spun around and brought closer to the man behind me.
You keep calling her your girlfriend. She is no girl. She is a woman. My woman.
Ruff snarls as his lips take mine in a hard, demanding kiss. His tongue sweeps into my mouth, rubbing against mine before he sucks my tongue into his mouth. I have never been kissed like this. My body has melted into the man behind me, my arms wrapped around his body as my hands clutch at his vest. He slows the kiss down and leisurely lifts his head.
What the fuck are you doing? He booms, his hand pushing my head into his chest, so I don't see what is going on behind me. Damn, but that sounds like. Oh, Ryan. Okay. Sorry about that. Now that I'm finished. I thought it was Ryanne. Alright, so Julie, did you answer my question? Are all the books in this series have all the books in this series been written yet? There we go, get my grammar correct. Because I need to sit down and read the series at once. I don't need to be waiting because I'm not a patient person and I refuse to read a series unless it's finished. So I need you to let me know when it's finished so that I can sit down and start from the beginning and go to the end. Or at least until you're a month in. Month out from. So there's 3 books in the series. Okay. So, yeah. I'll be able to finish it pretty soon. Alrighty. So, do I have anything tomorrow night? Where's my PEAs at? Let me know, because I don't know. Julie, do you guys, damn, TikTok's got some fine looking asses on there. Julie, do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving up there? I know that it's supposed to be a American holiday, but hell, they could have just went up there with you. Oh, you had it in October. Okay. So, well, the rest of my Americanas, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. And dang, went back to August when I was on vacation. And I did not have anything tomorrow night. So, you guys enjoy. Julie, do I have you again next Wednesday? Thursday? You're so wonderful, darling. I love you too. And I love your books. Probably want to run through that one again. And I don't know how far into editing you're going, but I noticed you were doing some third person and some first person, so just wanted to make sure you do that. But yeah, other than that, everything was good. Because I love it, girl. I love it when you're on my schedule. But I see you on here for next Wednesday. Do we have you again next Wednesday? Yeah. If you listen to my video, I just wanted you to know it so that you could get it out there and fix it before. All right, you're on here for next Thursday, but I mean, if you're on here, you're on here. But I just read you back in October. We read France, and now we read Gruff, and you don't have Cappy done yet, so. What the crap did I do here? Alrighty, everybody have a wonderful weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy birthday, my sister. I love you, Nina. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. This is why Nina doesn't let me in on her schedule because I just screwed it up. See those
See those black marks there? They're not supposed to be there. And they had words in them because I did some kind of copy paste thing and I don't know what I did. Well, I know what I did, but I don't know how I did it. So, alrighty. So, all right, everybody. Maybe next week I'll have my room basically done and I have something to show you guys. Until then, pray for me. All right, everybody. Love you. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys are my besties. Love you. Happy reading.